I had a bout of rumination yesterday. I'm sure you had it, but maybe you don't call it that. But I'll share with you what happened, and I hope my sharing helps you when you are triggered into rumination yourself. What happened was that I was wrapping up my day when I caught myself daydreaming about my kids' future. And I could hear them chatting away and laughing and full of energy. And usually I match that energy and I stay attuned and I stay involved. But yesterday evening was different. My thoughts drifted to how fast time is passing. At 55 years old, and my kids only hitting their teens, I couldn't help but think ahead of what they'll be like in their 20s, and I'm in my 70s. So as I listened to their banter, I wondered, will I be able to keep up with them in 20 years' time? What will life be like? And the thought of potentially facing health challenges and physical limitations in my 70s while they're navigating young and vibrant adulthood made me feel vulnerable and uncertain. And my history and the things I knew from my aged care work, many years of aged care work, didn't help with that thought. So then I turned to social media, which was definitely a mistake because it wasn't a distraction, it made things worse. Older parents doing normal things aren't represented in the online world. And then the content that I'm seeing with recent performance of Joe Biden in the US presidential campaign, that didn't help either, the way that Joe Biden is presenting himself. So I turned to TV and I don't recall what I watched because I think I was more immersed in my thoughts than in what I was watching. So a few hours drifted by like that. Just uncertainty and a lot of fear and stress and having nowhere to go. And that's when it led me to think about something that my psychologists have told me in the past. What he said is that there's a difference between productive planning and rumination. And that difference is that with planning, it is done with pen and paper. What that means is that with planning, I think of something and I write it down. But with rumination, it always stays swirling in my head. Nothing is written down and nothing comes out of it. So I had my pen and paper last night and I wrote down what is meaningful for me in terms of my life with my children in 20 years' time. I wrote down what I can act on now to bring about that future. And after that, I looked at it and it didn't seem that scary. And the best thing of all is that I can close it and put it down. And then I went to sleep. So that was my rumination episode. I hope that helps you. Why don't you share with me yours?